Displaced Katsina residents return home despite bandit threats. Federal government warns 30 states FCT of looming flood. Parents seek holiday fix for bored children. And foreign thing, train bus crash kills 4 in Kenya. Good evening, this is News Update on Trust TV. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us. The Karadua community in Matozo local government area of Katsina State, deserted a few days due to escalating insecurity, is gradually coming back to life. A check by Trust TV News revealed that most of Karadua residents have spent about 5 days in neighboring villages following frequent bandit attacks on the town. Trust TV's Abdullah Amadi tells us more in this report.
Normalcy is yet to return on the usual busy streets of the ancient Karadua town, despite pleas and assurances of securing the area by the relevant authorities and other stakeholders. Residents are still grieving the frequent bandits' attacks on the town and other neighboring communities, resulting in killings, abductions for ransom, and rustling of animals. Reports indicated that more than 1/3 of Karadua residents, especially women, children, and the elderly, are still squatting with their relatives in other areas perceived safer and unwilling to return for the fear of the unknown. At the moment, 1/3 of our women and children have fled to other neighboring communities. In fact, even communities surrounding Karadua have been displaced. We are appealing to the government to provide security base for us. About 50 vehicles loaded with people and their goods leaves this area to other places daily due to insecurity. My name is Sani Sarkin Power Karadua. Insecurity has ravaged our community. Majority of our people have fled. More than 2/3 of the people patronizing this market are not here due to crisis. We urge government to do more in the fight against banditry. The worst part of it is how neighboring communities are being dislocated. This community is rich in history. Before this insecurity, we have traders that have invested in different parts of Nigeria. Our women were engaged in handcrafts and other skills. But due to insecurity, majority have been displaced and not willing to return. I will appreciate it if Governor Rada will facilitate establishment of military base at Karadua and Sayaya village. It was also reported that 5 cows were rustled during the recent attack on Karadua town, while 5 people were killed in the neighboring Sayaya, all in Matazu local government. Though Trust TV News visit coincides with the Karadua weekly market day, residents said the number of traders here are far below what it used to be on the normal market day. However, the chairman of Matazu Local Government Council, Shamsuddin Muhammad said, though the insecurity is escalating compared to previous month, the rumors being peddled by the bandits' accomplices is seriously affecting the fight against the terrorists. The council chairman solicited for local intelligence support to troops and other operatives.
Summon a meeting with all the local securities and community leaders in Matazu local government and with all other security agencies. We have discussed, we have asked people to step up and give out information. Without necessary vital information, the security outfit cannot perform their civil duties. So we have sensitized people and asked them to step up. And they have pledged to us. And from now to 2 days, you will start to see results.
Security experts said the insecurity will continue to escalate unless the governments show political will to end it. Abdullahi Ismail Amadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, said it will carry out thorough investigation into the real estate sector as part of concerted effort to curb corruption. Executive Chairman of EFCC, Olaolu Koyede, made this known at an event organized by the Law Corridor firm in Abuja. Olukoyede, in his keynote address on policy dialogue on the critical issues affecting Nigeria's real estate ecosystem, said the investigations would begin in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. He added that the agency would collaborate with other sectors and stakeholders in the real estate sector to ensure that investigations are thorough. According to him, the action is to determine real owners of land across the FCT and possibly identify whether the estates are products of illicit transactions.
I've set up a team. We'll start visiting all the estates across, not only Abuja, across Nigeria. We want to know who owns what. It will shock you that some of these estates have been abandoned for 20 years, 10 years. They just take it to a level and they abandon it. Nobody knows what is going on. And you know, the little thing, what we have been able to gather is that most of these estates were funded by civil servants who have stolen money. So the moment they leave public service, the money is no longer coming. So they abandon the estate. So the developer is not looking for investors, to support them to complete the project. That's one of the things we have discovered in some of these abandoned estates.
The Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency on Thursday warned of a potential flooding in 198 local government areas across 30 states in the Federal Capital Territory. The alert covers the period from August 7 to August 21, 2025, a span of 15 days during which vulnerable communities are advised to take precautionary measures. The alert categorized flood risk levels as very high, and moderate, depending on local topography and projected rainfall intensity. The affected areas are Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Benue, Borno, Cross River, among other states. Others include Nasarawa, Niger, Ogun, Ondo, Plateau, Rivers, Sokoto, Taraba, Yobe, Zamfara, and the Federal Capital Territory. According to the agency, very high-risk states are Adamawa, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Benue, Borno, Delta, Gombe, Kebbi, Kogi, among others. The agency also noted that 832 communities are at risk of varying degrees of flooding. The alert also warned of the potential disruption of over 100 major transportation routes, particularly in flood-prone areas. Drinking water regularly is essential for maintaining overall health and ensuring proper body function as it aids digestion, prevents dehydration, and supports vital organs. Despite its many benefits, many have been made to believe that too much water intake may be detrimental to the body. However, in an interview with Trust Television, community and primary healthcare expert Dr. Alera Roberts, an associate professor at the College of Medicine, University of Lagos, Idiaraba, clarified a common misconception that while many things can be overdosed on, water is not one of them. Here's more in this report.
Water plays a crucial role in the body, supporting functions such as temperature regulation, digestion, and waste elimination. Yet, in Nigeria, particularly among younger people, there are myths about water consumption. Some believe that drinking too much water can cause an overdose, while others think water should only be consumed when one feels thirsty. Dr. Alere Roberts, an associate professor of public health degrees, speaking with Trust Television, she explained that it is extremely rare to suffer water intoxication as the body naturally regulates water intake.
It's not a crime. It is very, 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 very difficult to overdose on water. The body will demand water as and when it needs it. And this is after 6 months of age. In the first 6 months of life, of course, the baby is exclusively breastfed. And truth to tell, all the baby's water needs are coming through the breast milk. Then you start the baby on family food. And from that age, 6 months, till old age, grand old age, the body will require water. Different times of the day, different activities you engage in, different temperatures that are outside will dictate different amounts of water that the body needs. The rule of thumb is that in a day, you should replace 3 liters of water.
Also speaking with Trust TV, some Lagos residents shared their personal views on water consumption.
I need water before I eat. Or after I eat.
I drink water normally. Before I eat, I drink water. Even though I finish it, I drink water. Normal, even though I'm not tasting, I always drink water. I like water normal. I like water. I always drink water.
I take water regularly. First thing I take whenever I wake up is water. In the afternoon, I take water. At least I take up to 2 liters of water per day. Whether I eat or I do not eat, whether I'm thirsty or not, I take water. That's the advice they give us.
Normally, I don't drink much water. I'm only forcing myself to be taking enough water because I know that it's good for health. But naturally, I only drink water when I feel like to drink. And I know that it's not enough because in a day, I can only drink once.
Addressing a popular concern about hot or cold water being better, especially during meals, Dr. Roberts noted that regardless of temperature, water adjusts to body temperature as soon as it passes the throat.
Drinking water and eating a meal is personal preference. If you want to limit the amount of food you're eating, maybe like me, you're on a weight management program, you are trying to reduce a little bit of weight, you probably, like me, tend to drink before eating so that your stomach is a little full of water and you eat less food. If you are on a weight management diet where you want to gain a bit of weight, you probably, like my skinny child, will eat everything first that has a lot of calories and then drink water after.
She added that a simple way to know if you're drinking enough water is to observe one's urine, noting that if it flows freely, it's clear, and one is urinating without difficulty, then hydration level is adequate.
The mining marshals of the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps have shut down an illegal quarry site operated within the Kuje Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. 13 suspects have been apprehended in connection with the unlawful activities and have been charged to court pending formal arraignment. The operation, which was carried out as part of ongoing national efforts to sanitize the mining sector and protect critical national assets, marks another decisive step in the government's crackdown on illegal mining across the country. According to the commander of the mining marshals, Assistant Commander of Corps, Atta John Onoja, the suspects were found to be working for a company which had allegedly occupied and exploited a quarry lease belonging to another licensed mining company for over 7 months without legal backing. The mining marshals, a specialized unit of the NSCDC, were recently commissioned to tackle the widespread issue of illegal mining in Nigeria, a menace that has contributed to revenue loss, environmental degradation, and community conflict in various parts of the country. Over in Katsina State, the Governor Obasani has declared that the All Progressives Congress must win the August 16 Chikun Kujuru Federal Constituency, Basawa, and Sabongari State Assembly by-elections, insisting that victory is not optional but imperative. Speaking on Friday during the inauguration of the APC campaign committee for the 3 by-elections in the state, the governor, represented by his deputy Hadiza Baralabi, said the stakes were too high for the party to contemplate defeat. According to him, the party's message to the electorate must be anchored on its ideals, proven record of delivery, and vision for a Kaduna where no one is left behind. Balarabe, who delivered the governor's message, stressed that Sani's administration had governed with fairness, equity, and inclusiveness across all senatorial districts, local governments, and communities. The deputy governor also charged committee members to prioritize the needs and concerns of the people during the campaign, warning that the party must not take voter support for granted. Kaduna State ABC Chairman Emmanuel Jekada said the campaign team was carefully selected based on proven capacity. On his part, the chairman of the campaign committee and Speaker of the Kaduna State House of Assembly, Yusuf Liman, pledged to mobilize every resource and stakeholder for the party's success. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) said its continuous voter registration will hold in 811 centres across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee Sam Olumekun disclosed this in a statement issued after the Commission's regular meeting in Abuja. Olumekun stated that for easy identification, INEC would be deploying an online CVR live locator to assist citizens in locating the registration centres nationwide. He noted that as earlier announced by the INEC, the CVR will resume on August 18 with the online pre-registration, while the in-person registration option would follow a week later on August 25. Olumekun added that the Commission on Thursday uploaded a 38-page document to its website and other official online platforms indicating the addresses of the 811 in-person registration centres nationwide. Olumekun reassured Nigerians that the Commission would continue to keep citizens informed on all its activities. The Nigerian Correctional Service (NCOS) has said about 53,460 inmates are awaiting trial nationwide. The Comptroller General of the NCOS, Sylvester Mwakuche, stated this on Friday in Abuja while meeting with the Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmood Yakubu. Leading top officials of the paramilitary agency to the INEC headquarters, Mwakuche made a case for inmates, asking the electoral body to extend some rights to them, particularly the right to vote. According to the NCOS boss, there are 81,000 prison inmates nationwide. Responding, the INEC chairman said it would allow prison inmates to vote during elections. He affirmed the judgment of the appeal court granting inmates the right to register and vote in any elections. You're also on to news update on Trust TV. Still to come. Parents seek holiday fix for bored children. More when we return. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now a recap of our top stories. Displaced Katsina residents return home despite bandit threat. Also told you that the federal government has warned 30 states FCT of looming flood. Two more stories. The ongoing summer holidays provide parents opportunity to bond with their children. They are employing various strategies to maintain and manage their children during the long school holidays. Aisha Abdulmuminu tells us more in this report.
While some parents are prioritizing basic needs like food over extracurricular activities or summer classes due to financial constraints, other parents still see it as a necessity for children to learn skills or other trades.
Formerly, before, we used to send them on lessons and all that, but the lessons now are very expensive. Some of us who cannot, like myself, my children are at home. Because to pay for those lessons now, it will take me about 50 to 80,000 naira. In those days, we used to pay some meager money for the teachers to lecture them during the holidays. But this time around, it's very, very expensive. So they are at home. Some of them they are roaming about, playing and all that.
It's just for them to be somewhere that they will be guided. Because things are hard, it depends. Some people will want to have their children in the house and call lesson teacher to be taking care of them in the house. But me, I think this is the time they are supposed to learn trade. So that whatever they are going to learn in the university, when they come out, even if there's no job, they will be, they will be using that one to feed, depending on when they will have white collar job.
Handwork, learn a lot. Everybody cannot be involved in the ministry. Everybody cannot be in the government level. At least that handwork can help. You understand? So we advise a lot of parents, they should, this holiday, let them learn one or two things. And apart from the holiday, when you come back from school, even when the holiday is not there, when they go, some they close early from school. And when they come back from school, you can still go to that part-time learning.
Some also condemned parents who see the holiday as a way to engage their children in street hawking. They stated that putting their children on the streets can be termed as child abuse.
A lot of things happen in the streets. You take your child off the street to go and be hawking something. You don't know what to happen. You don't know what they are going to meet. They might even be kidnapped. You understand? Apart from being kidnapped, they might be influenced in a wrong way. You understand? So you don't know. So the best bet is just for you to keep them where you can be watching. The money is not everything. The one you make can it can be able to take care of the family. After you did not give birth to them at young age to come and be providing for you. At least this time you are providing for them. There will be a time they will provide for you.
I don't see it to be normal, because if not because of the economic situation of the country, to some extent there are parents that they don't have option than to engage their children in hawking and all that, because it will earn them their daily living, eating. So it's because of the economic situation of the country. If it is not so, I don't see a reason where you should engage your children in hawking around the street and all that. Students that are primary school, they hawking is not helping. From there, that is where they learn bad things. People initiating them because of small change, especially the female. You see some days I say some female, young females hawking this awara, jeddah, granite, or what is it called? And I see some people enticing them with some small money.
Some parents see this time as a period to bond with their children despite the harsh economic challenges. Aisha Abdulmuminu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
At least 5 people sustained injuries after a fuel tanker collided with a commercial bus at a Toyota bus stop in Ward Oshodi, Lagos State. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, in a statement issued on Friday by its Director of Public Affairs and Enlightenment, Adebayo Taufik, confirmed that the crash occurred on Thursday near the Guardian newspaper headquarters. The vehicles involved were identified as a PMS-laden tanker. According to preliminary findings from Oloto Police Division, the tanker suffered a sudden brake failure while speeding, causing it to ram into the fully loaded bus. LASMA stated that its operatives carried out a swift and well-coordinated rescue operation, pulling out 5 injured victims, 3 women and 2 men, including the bus driver, from the wreckage. LASMA's General Manager, Bakari Oki, expressed sympathy to the victims and wished them a speedy recovery. He attributed the accident to excessive speeding and negligence in vehicle maintenance. He also urged truck owners to implement continuous training and retraining for their drivers, stressing that the sanctity of human life must remain the top priority in road transport operations. In the business scene, the Naira bounced back to appreciate against the dollar at the official foreign exchange market on Thursday as Nigeria's external reserves continue to rise. The Central Bank of Nigeria's data showed that the Naira gained slightly at 1,533 Naira 73 kobo against the dollar on Thursday from 1,534 Naira 44 kobo traded on Wednesday. This means that Nigeria's currency marginally strengthened by 70 kobo against the dollar on a day-to-day basis. Meanwhile, at the black market, the Naira remained flat at 1,565 Naira on Thursday, the same exchange rate recorded the previous day. The development follows the continued rise in the country's external reserves, which stood at $39.99 billion as of 6 August 2025, up from $39.81 billion on the 4th of this month. On the foreign scene, a train and a bus collided on a railway crossing in central Kenya on Thursday, killing at least 4 people and injuring others. The Kenya Pipeline Company, whose boss was involved in the accident, said it was carrying staff finishing their morning shift at the training center near the town of Naivasha. It also added that it would organize airlifts for those critically injured. A Red Cross worker at the scene said that so far emergency teams had recovered 4 bodies from the wreckage. The Kenya Pipeline Company did not say how many people had been killed or injured. Police commanders say at least 6 people had been killed and scores injured in the accident. And on the sports scene, former Nigerian international and ex-Portsmouth star John Otaka has been named head coach of Montpellier female team. Otaka, who previously held the position of the youth coach at Montpellier HSC, runs a football Academy in Minna, Niger State in Nigeria. With his passion for players' development and tactical discipline, the 43-year-old is expected to usher in a new era for the club. He holds a UEFA A license and is working toward his pro badge with the aim to coach Nigeria's under-20 team in the near future. Zika's illustrations career include 496 appearances for club sides, where he scored 133 goals while he appeared on 49 occasions in the Super Eagles jersey and bagged 6 goals. That concludes News Update at this time. For more of our news, programs, documentaries, you want to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I'm Chama Kanwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time. Good evening.